episode 289. Thank you all for listening to episode 288, Ms. Zombieland. I am Tom Edison, here with my co-host,
Dwayne the Bear Johnson.
Yeah, so I was walking through, and I just happened to have my towel on, and my towel dropped, and the camera was running, and my whole meeting, the beans and franks just, oh shit, my bad, we recording. Nikolai Tesla.
Well, welcome. My electricity is still better. And Bear, I can get you a better rate on your electricity.
Well, I should have changed my name to Ben Franklin if I know we were going all electricity here.
The greatest thing is nobody's going to understand what the fuck we're talking about, which is great.
Not at all.
That's why 20 minutes of the show that we should have recorded is not recorded. So, no Parrot. I guess he could be Parrot Franklin. No Parrot Franklin tonight.
Yeah,
He's out hanging off fire on his kite.
Hanging off a kite by a key.
Thanks to Wes Anderson for Moments in Time. Check him out on Facebook, Wes Anderson Music. Give him a follow on Twitter. It's Songs by Wes. Thanks to All Wear Clothing, the first sponsor of Over the Line Sports Podcast. Thank you, Brandon. He can hook you up with all your clothing needs. allwearclothing.com. Thank you to Crandall's Quality Landscaping. Give Sean a call. 419-704-5471. Serves the Toledo and surrounding areas and not.
Big Sky, Montana.
Nice. I will be seeing Mr. Sean on Friday at the in a business meeting at the golf course. So I'm looking forward to that. Talk about our sponsorship and what's going to happen for episode 300, which is coming up in 5 weeks, July 3rd.
Talk about how he can cut the course better.
Yeah, exactly. What he can do there. So get in touch with Sean. He is busy as can be, as you can imagine. He does great work, 5-star ratings everywhere. People love him. He makes sure his customers are satisfied, and he will make sure you are as well with your landscaping needs. Again, 419-704-5471. Mention Over the Line Sports Podcast. Thank you to Sparty Steve, of course. He is the biggest contributor to the show in terms of finances. So thank you to Sparty Steve, always making sure we're taken care of for our big episodes. Got the food coming, got the venue. We appreciate you, Sparty Steve. And of course, last but not least, Connell Barrett, datingtransformation.com.
I got some live one-on-one with Connell Barrett from datingtransformation.com this week. He personally thanked everybody who got the book. He said, though, don't stop buying it. And if you do have it, give some out. Probably the next, whatever we do, I have some extra books I got from them. So able to give them out. I don't know what'll be our next thing. Do we need to do a trivia?
Episode 300. Just bring them to episode 300. We'll give a few away. Yeah.
All right. So I'll have 2 books at least I'll be able to give out at episode 300. So that's going to happen. So you got a chance to win, whether you're there or whether we do something online. We're going to have to talk about that. But there's going to be a book giveaway. We'll probably give away one of them there. We'll give away one of them online to somebody on Twitter, somebody on Facebook, someone who reaches out. We'll figure something out here, but it's going to happen. So if you haven't ordered the book, make sure you do. You don't need to pre-order anymore. Dating sucks, but you don't. Get it on Amazon and enter for a chance to win. We'll do something on Twitter, something on Facebook here in the next few weeks, but for episode 300 sometime here in July. So be on the lookout. And I'll ship you the book. I'll get you the book, however it needs to happen, wherever you're at. We'll make sure it happens and you'll get a copy of the book. So stay tuned for information on that.
And if you're lucky, you would be able to win the one that has been on Cody's nightstand for the past month. He will give it to you. The pages might be stuck together. That's okay. He will give you the book. He will autograph it, whatever you need.
As I say, don't mind them baby oil fingerprints, man.
Yeah.
A little bit of baby oil, a couple coconut oil stains, you know. Yeah. I mean, it is what it is. I mean,
goddamn. Well, hey.
Using it on my OnlyFans.
There we go. Let's talk about that PGA Championship, man. Phil Mickelson.
Dude, that was, and I'm so disappointed because obviously, unfortunately, Sunday is my travel day. And I missed it. I had to travel. I wanted to sit down and watch it, but I also didn't want to get to my destination at 1 a.m. in the morning. So
I thought you have the live TV, man.
I mean, I was driving. I was being safe. I was being a safe driver.
Well, I was driving the golf cart and watching it.
No. I was. That's why I was getting updates. No, it's unfortunately it's a rental. It's not my own. If it was my own, no doubt in my mind that I would have done it. But a company rental, I have to be respectful of it. So that's why I was getting updates from Dub, and I asked him to send me shit. Yeah, dude, that's awesome, man. Oldest major winner ever by 4 years. Jack was 46 when he won the Masters in 86, and Phil was 50.
Dude, old Tom Watson, you remember he almost won. He was what at the time? 59? When he had a chance, wasn't that the British Open?
59 at the British a few years ago. But I mean, there's nothing cooler than what you saw there. It was absolutely awesome. I mean, it was literally to me, it was equivalent to Tiger winning the Masters in 19. It was just such a good story. Absolutely fantastic. I mean, Phil literally earlier in the year has been playing just absolute shit golf. I mean, terrible. I think he missed 3 or 4 cuts, not Phil Mickelson stuff. He took a break. He went and played on the Champions Tour for a little bit, finished well in some tournaments. I think might have won one. Refreshed, refocused, came back, and actually got a special exemption for this. And I mean, look what he did. I mean, he made it what it was. He wasn't leading after round 1, but he was up there. He led round 2, 3, and then obviously won the tournament. Held off Brooks Koepka, held off Bryson, held off a few other guys. I mean, it was fucking cool. I'm happy I got to go back and watch the highlights of it, but I mean, there's nothing better than that. Phil he's a good dude. He's a family man. There's no one that you'd rather see win than that guy. That was his 45th win on the PGA, which put that in perspective, right? He's been playing on the tour for, I think, 6 years longer than Tiger, and Tiger has 91 wins, 82. I think. Is it? I thought
yeah, 82. He's tied.
I thought it was a little more. I thought he took over Snead. But anyways, regardless, I mean, he has literally more than double what Phil has, but it's absolutely impressive. And it's a great thing because you still want to see Phil win. But at the end of the day, the thing that gets me out of all of this is I wish it was in 3 weeks at the US Open, because that's the only one Phil hasn't gotten.
Yeah, I thought the same
he's already won the PGA. Phil has not won the US Open, and it's going to be tough. I mean, he's good at Torrey Pines here coming up, and we'll talk about that in a couple of weeks. But to go and win the PGA and then now go back and have to win the US Open, it's a tough task. And that's the one that I want to see him win. I don't think it's going to happen, but seeing Phil win at 50, it's fantastic. I mean, it gets the people out there, and I mean, that's awesome. You had Phil Chance everywhere. And a lot of people got to think Brooks is a fan favorite too. And that's just, I mean, everyone was all on board Phil. It was Sunday was Phil day. It didn't matter. And everyone was on board with that. So it was awesome. It was a great tournament. I did get to watch pretty much every day after, 4:00. I got to watch the tournament, and then Sunday I ended up watching a little bit. I left right after he chipped in on 3, I think it was, from the bunker, and went up by 2 at the time. And that's what sucked. I was like, well, shit, I want to sit here and watch the rest of this thing, but I'm like, I gotta go. So it was awesome. I'm happy Phil won, and I'm happy Brooks was up there too with his knee injury. There was some shit and some speculation about what was going on, and unfortunately, with the fans and the security there, absolutely fucking sucked. I get it. You want to get the people in there. It's a cool sight to see, but they did a horrible job holding people back. I mean, there were fans on the golfers. You can't have that. You gotta let golfers, you gotta let caddies, you gotta let everybody go. And it was a mess. So that's my one beef about it, is the security on Sunday was shit. I get everyone wanted to be out there. It's hard to defend against all those people, but you can't let that happen, especially with Brooks with a bad knee. You can't let him get out there and touch these guys. I mean, you don't know who's out there, right?
Oh, he be all right. He just crying because he didn't win. Man,
he don't give a fuck.
Phil got out there and put the beats to him.
He's got money. He's got the girl. He don't give a shit. And Phil's got money, and Phil too. He's got his wife Amy, who's been by his side for the last 30 years.
Yeah, man.
Phil's all right. But Phil, I mean,
Brooks
everyone
kept
likes
me.
Phil. You got to like Phil. The dude was, I mean, he slimmed down, he got into shape, he became cool. Like, Phil wasn't cool 10, 15 years ago. He wasn't. I was not a Phil fan. He had bitch tits. For someone who walked, for someone that fucking walks around a golf course literally 6 to 7 days a week, like, you can't get that fat. Like, I don't get, it doesn't make sense to me. And he got trim. He became cool. His Twitter was awesome. Like, I mean, he became awesome. Like, there was nothing against it. And they gave him all that shit for some illegal insider trading, which was fake, false, all that bullshit. He got out of it. Phil does gamble, which I like. I mean, it's honest. I hate these motherfuckers that say, "Oh, I don't do this, I don't do that." Come on, man. Like, seriously. That was the running joke. He goes, he played so bad, he got himself up to 25,000 or 25,000 to 1 just so he could bet on himself to win the tournament. Like, that's good shit. And a lot of people made money off Phil.
Yeah, wasn't he 200 to 1 at this past tournament?
No, he's 25. He was 25,000 to 1
in this past tournament.
Yes, in the PGA. Yes.
I thought he was 200 to 1. 25,000 to 1.
Well, what, 2,500? Sorry, 250 to 1. You go and put it down, right?
Yeah.
So people betting 100 are winning.
So
people betting 100 are winning 25K. If you got them pre-tournament, right? Yeah, that's what it is. I'm not a fucking mathematician. Which it's absolutely nuts, right? I mean, it's absolutely fantastic. So I'm happy Phil won. But yeah, unfortunately, I think he's going to do okay at the U.S. Open. I don't think he's going to win. I do think someone else is going to be there to win that tournament. But I'm going to tell you, he's going to be better than 250 to 1 here. There's no doubt about that. So don't bet on Phil at the upcoming U.S. Open. But yeah, it was a cool tournament. The wins weren't as bad as what was set out to be. Kiowa could have been an absolute monster, and it was not. The winds got 20, 25 miles an hour, but it's been 40, 45. So it could have been a lot worse. 6 under was still the number, which is it's still tough, man. So it was good to see. It was good to see Phil win again and be in that spotlight. So happy for him. And everyone else, I mean, there was a lot of guys up there who were just, they were close, they were there, but they just couldn't. He's had a fantastic short game, but he putted just absolutely fantastic. So that's awesome.
What's this week? And how long have I been frozen?
Oh, probably 3 minutes. So this week is the Charles Schwab Challenge at Colonial. Colonial has been a course they've played forever in Fort Worth, Texas, right outside of Dallas. They've played this since 1946, one of the oldest courses on tour. So it's gonna be a great tournament. You get a lot of big guys in here. Usually after the PGA, I'm not a big fan of playing the guy that won or playing guys that were up there who had to grind and grind and grind. So it'll definitely be an interesting week here at the Colonial, but you're still going to get a lot of big names. There's always names on the top of this leaderboard. And again, my big thing here is, for whatever reason, when they play these courses in Texas, the guys who are from Texas always show up. Your Spieth, your Palmer, your Scheffler, Ryan, Jason Kokrak. I mean, these guys, they play these courses well. So it's something you want to get to. Last year, though, Daniel Berger won the tournament. 2019, it was Kevin Na. In 2018, it was Justin Rose. So we've had 3 different past winners here in the last 3 years, but you get guys up there. A big name who's not guys, but Bryson is not playing this week, finished tied 3rd here last year. So a couple of them taking a day off, especially with him and Brooks now being in a little beef, which I don't know if anybody saw that, but it was absolutely fantastic.
Brooks capture, quit crying. He's just crying over everything this week, man. First he
love it.
crying because everybody bumped into him because they was chasing Phil.
Oh,
Shut
I love
up,
it.
dude. You just mad because Phil the people's champ and you the people's chump.
Did you see?
That's all.
Did you see the Bryson highlight though with that?
And well, yeah, and he's walking behind him. His cleats were all loud. He wanted to.
And then, then they announced. Phil and Brady versus Bryson and Aaron Rodgers, in July in one of those charity tournaments, which is great. I mean, it's fantastic. So then Brooks tweeted out, "Sorry, bro," to Aaron Rodgers, and then Bryson replies back and goes, "I didn't realize I was living rent free in your head." So
Man, basically,
there's some beef here, man, and I cannot wait because this shit. They're going to put them together at the U.S. Open. No doubt in my mind. No doubt in my mind they're going to be paired together because the USGA loves to stir shit up and they want ratings. I would not be surprised if they're put together, which would be just absolutely fantastic. I'm definitely looking forward to that. But anyways, back to this week. Charles Schwab Challenge, Colonial, Fort Worth, Texas. It's going to be a good tournament. You're going to have big names in there. So usually this is a better scoring course. You're going to see low numbers here. So you got to pick a guy who's going to go low. And this week, if you were on golf, I could see what we have. All right. So back to golf after some technical difficulties. We have three of us. Mr. Gray is at 700 points. 36.8 is the average. Dub with 694, I think.
696
at 36.6, and myself at what, 693, 694?
Yep. 693.
Yeah, we're tight. 7 points separate all of us in golf right now, which is absolutely phenomenal. Charles Schwab Challenge, we talked about earlier this week. So my pick this week is I forgot who the fuck did I pick because I switched twice.
Justin Rose.
I went with Justin Rose this week, winner of this tournament 3 years ago. Did not play in 2019 and finished top 5 in 2020. Had a good PGA showing, got hot on Sunday, so hopefully that stays the case. He should come out and shoot 64 on Thursday as you're listening to this, so mark that one down. Justin Rose will be your first round leader with a 64 here at the Colonial. Ended up taking Tony Finau, good pick this week. He has also good showings here at the course. At the Colonial, so should be pretty solid. Finau also had a decent PGA Championship week, probably not what he wanted, but not a bad guy to take coming into this week.
And then you're going to have to come back and your guy is going to be ahead by 4 shots after day one on my guy, but he's going to come back and beat him by 1. So give me Abraham Answer.
He's been playing well. Also, one of those guys that can just turn it on at any time. So I like Answer this week. I think all of our guys should be top 15 this week. That'll be my bold prediction of the week. I say all of our guys are top 15.
Well, it depends. Who's Brad Fisher taking this week?
Oh, he just came back on. We're going to find out. Eric might have a no-pick question mark.
Oh, damn. Well, let me see. Who did I take Spieth yet?
No.
All right, I'm gonna go with Spieth.
I like it. The Texas
boy.
Texas, he can play, man. Spieth can play this course. It's a great pick. It's a good one to get back in it. And Cody isn't that far behind. He's doing well. So, and the Knicks are starting to come back a little bit. Well, Spike Lee getting a little horny on the sideline.
Well, now let's go to NASCAR. My prophecy paid off finally for somebody this year. That Chase Elliott took the easy route, was going to win the race.
Really?
Hey, man, it's smart.
Really?
You know it's smart. The best time to use the guy was on a fucking road.
Time out. I'm not saying it's not a good time to use them. It was a fucking rain out. It's a bullshit win. It's a fucking rain out. Cindric ran third all day, made a fucking pit stop, and then they decided to stop the fucking race. That's just how my year's going. That's just how your year's going. This is your championship this year. Simple as that. If you get lucky off that bullshit, that's just how it is. Cindric raced very, very well at COTA. Fantastic.
Oh yeah, he did. I agree.
And as 3, 4, 5 of the drivers, including Harvick, said, that was absolute bullshit by NASCAR. It's nothing against Chase. It's nothing against anybody. They let guys go out there and wreck in the rain, in the pouring fucking rain. But in the same rain that they were racing in where these guys were wrecking, they decided to throw a red flag and call. So why would you not do that earlier? Or just let the race run out? Why stop it mid-race? Bad call by NASCAR. They looked really fucking stupid because they put the drivers in danger. Seriously, number one, they did. People can say what the fuck they want. They put the drivers in danger. A lot of guys got in some bad accidents. Harvick, Truex, these guys did, and they have the right to talk and tell them it's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
So it is what it is, and it has nothing to do with these standings. I mean, it just doesn't make sense the way NASCAR decided, right? It started off cloudy. They knew it was going to rain. It rained pretty heavy, but we have windshield wipers. We have rain tires. We're going to let them run.
Yeah. I mean, that's
guys get into accidents, and then the rain, the same steady, heavy-ish rain keeps going, and they said, we just can't do this anymore.
No, I agree with you. 100%. 100%. They should have kept going with the race. I agree with you.
Again, this is nothing. I mean, it's a fantastic pick of Chase Elliott. That's who I picked, right? I picked Chase and I changed it. I said, I don't want him. I changed it. I would have been right there with you.
Yeah.
But it's just,
I agree with you.
It's one of those, it was a bad call by NASCAR. It was a bad call.
Absolutely was. And they've had these races in the past. The only time they let them race in the rain and why they have windshield wipers is on road courses because the tires are different. The tires are meant to grip just like in the rain. But as we know, fucking rain is rain. It can be slick. Who knows? But I agree with you 100% that first off, because I had Martin Truex. So I was a little pissed off that I didn't get my next win, my 2 in a row in the DraftKings pool. I finished second, fine. But I was pretty pissed because Truex, that's what cost me everything. He went from way up front to -12, and that took me right out of the win.
Same thing as Harvick. Motherfucker got T-boned. They couldn't stop in the turns. It just didn't make sense the way they did it. I get that they can run that shit. You can run in light rain. You can run.
Not that shit. They should have waited.
You can't run in a heavy rain that they had. It was a bad call. And COTA, did that track look fucking awesome. That
track was sweet.
I hope they raced that. It was a cool track, but NASCAR made a terrible decision. I don't know why. I don't know why they always do this. They could have raced on Monday. They would have had no problem. It was fine in Austin, Texas on Monday. Why not make it a noon race? Finish it off. Finish the last 35 laps or whatever the fuck it was. Bad call. I mean, you're going to Charlotte on Sunday night. You have time. It's okay if they race on Monday. Bad call by NASCAR. But great pick for you. Bad pick for everybody else. I had Cindric at 25th. Dub had Suarez, who was out early, or not out, but had a wrecked early.
He was done early.
Truex had a big wreck, 35th, and Justin Haley, too much Bailey for Parrott, got a 40th. So,
is that what that says? Damn. I just saw Justin Haley too much. I'm like, what?
Justin Haley, too much Baileys.
That's why we need the wrap. There we go. Too much Baileys.
That tells you Parrott make a pick.
But yeah,
so going to Charlotte this weekend.
Just real quick, the Chase Elliott was the last Hendrick driver to win a race, and the other Larson, third week in a row, he finished second. As just Hendrick's just dominating, man. And so all Hendrick guys have a win, which more than likely they're all going to make the chase or the playoffs. No, I don't think they call it the chase anymore. But I'm with you, man. It's a two big races this weekend.
Yeah, but first off, will be Indy, and we'll get to that after this. That'll be the first race on Sunday at 1:00. Should be beautiful in Indianapolis. It's going to be fan-fucking-tastic on Sunday. Perfect race day. Almost wish we were there. It's supposed to be like 75 and sunny. You cannot
it's beautiful
for better weather. It's not too hot. It's sunny, no rain. It's going to be a beautiful day for a race. Indy is going to be fucking gorgeous. And then same with Charlotte on Sunday night. Memorial Day weekend. This always happens. Absolutely fantastic. Still, no one else is going to do the old double like old smoke, but that's where we're at. So Charlotte, Coca-Cola 600, staple, absolute staple in the NASCAR. I mean, they've been racing here since the 60s. Great track. It's going to be a fun race under the lights. You're going to get some heated tempers. It's going to be pretty exciting. This is going to be a good one. So as the leader, you go ahead and tell us your pick.
Well, yeah, I do have a pretty good lead after, what are we at? 14 races, I believe. 14, yeah,
Correct.
14 races. I have 168 points, a 12 average. Bear is in second with 224. I'm basically 60 points ahead,
Can't even,
50,
not even a race.
56 to be exact. Full race. Yeah, I could just make
More than
no
a race.
pick this week and I would still be fine. I could probably do a Jakey Poo no picky, a
Yeah.
Justin Haley too much Bailey or a Josh Balicki no picky and still be in first. But I'm
Or
not
a
going to do
Quinn,
that.
or a Quinn Hoff. I missed my mark. Missed my Hoff. I gotta get something with Hoff. Loft, Toff ice cream. Ooh, ice cream sounds good.
Quinn Boss Hoff.
We'll get something on that when Parrott doesn't pick again this week.
Yep. But I'm going to take a guy who runs well here. Last year he finished in the top 10 twice at Charlotte. He's won here before. A lot of top 10 finishes. Been around NASCAR forever. Not taking his brother yet, but give me old Monster Energy #1 himself, Kurt Busch.
Not a bad pick at all. Old Kurt, he could do something here, and he needs a win. So we're gonna see. I'm going with Young Gun this week. Kid that's finished again, the same thing. Got the average finish of 10th. He's finished 9th and 11th. Tyler Reddick. Last time I did this, my dude finished 10th. So give me the Young Gun. He's won here in the Xfinity Series a couple times. He has not won on Cup, but he's due. He's been racing well. He had a good finish at Coda. He's been steady. He's due for a win, and I think this is going to be the week, even though I've had shit luck with NASCAR lately. So sorry, Tyler Reddick, if you crash, but I think it's going to be a good pick this week. And you got Dub going with William Byron, also a good pick this week. Byron didn't have a good Coda. First time he hasn't finished in the top 10 in like 8 weeks, I think. So Byron's due for a comeback. But I mean, this is a half Hendrick track, but this is like a Penske track, man. We're gonna see.
Yep. What do you got, Brad?
I'm gonna go with Kyle, 1.5 mile Bush.
I like it, man. He could do something. They were showing highlights earlier where he a couple times and still finished top 5.
Yep. Let's see if it works for Cody. Still at a 21.9 average. He's basically running like a Ross Chastain kind of year.
Yeah, that motherfucker finished 4th at Coda.
Yeah, he did.
Because he stayed out in the fucking pit.
Smart.
Yeah, something like that.
So Chase won. It was his first victory of the year, last Hendrick driver to win, 12th of his career. And what's funny is he's now tied for third with Rusty in road course wins. I'm assuming Jeff and Tony are 1 and 2.
I would think so. Jeff definitely won.
Yeah. It was the 268th win for Hendrick, which is tied with Petty Motorsports, and the 800th win for Chevy. Also, what news did you have about old Chase Elliott's spotter?
Yeah, so Chase's spotter got suspended by Hendrick and NASCAR for
fucking lost Cody.
Again, man, it must be his internet today. Got that broke man internet. Assault and battery of a pregnant woman who I'm assuming probably was his wife or girlfriend or partner. It didn't say, so I don't know if that is the case or not. I'm not here to assume. I'm just here to read the facts, and the facts are he got arrested for assault and battery of a pregnant woman. So not good. I would assume that Hendrick will fire him once this is proven, and NASCAR, I would assume, probably won't let him back, or even if they do, it's not going to be good for him. So yeah, not great for Chase. This has been his spotter since 2016 when he was in Xfinity. So, I mean, again, it is what it is. You can't blame Chase. You can't blame Hendrick. You can't blame NASCAR. The dude has never had problems, but he made a terrible mistake, and he's going to be punished for it, as he should. And Chase will have a new spotter this week. Don't know who it'll be. I'm sure they'll figure it out. But Chase won the championship last year. He's been very successful, the best young driver coming up pretty much. So obviously, a spotter has a little bit to do with that. Not as much as the crew chief or the pit crew, but the spotter has a little bit to do with it. So it's a bad break for him, but you know what? If the guy did what he's getting arrested for and say he did, well, fuck the dude. He can't be doing that shit. So he shouldn't be he shouldn't be a spotter, shouldn't be with Hendrick, shouldn't be with NASCAR, and go back on the unemployment line or to jail or wherever that may be.
And his attorney and him, but you know how attorneys are, sticking to the fact that he's innocent. So we're going to see how this plays out.
Right. I mean, like you said, we're in America, right? It's innocent until proven guilty. But when stuff like that comes out, it's easy to come to a conclusion that the guy's a fucking skis.
Yep. And then he actually worked the last 2 races. He was arrested the week before that. So it's pretty interesting.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure a lot more will come out with that.
Mm-hmm. Well, good luck to him. I found this fun Kyle Larson stat because, it's my championship pick. I like Kyle Larson. You've known this. He's been one of my favorite drivers outside of his stupidity last year. So this year he's got one. So he's raced in 14 races like everybody else. I basically say 13 because lap 1 at Talladega, his engine blew up. So he was out. So basically 13 races. He has 1 win, 4 seconds, 9 top 10s, 7 top 5s, and 5 of those being in the top 2, 778 laps led.
Yeah.
Fucking wild.
And he's going to lead more this week at Charlotte.
Oh, dude. And just
he's a 1.5 mile monster, man.
He's insane. And he's a great driver. We said that if he goes to Hendrick and you put him in a car, like he was winning in the 42, like,
Mm-hmm.
and
well, it was coming anyways, right? This was going to happen regardless. He was going to a monster team, and he made it to a monster team.
Yeah, one of the best. All right, so let's talk about the old Indy 500 this week. I don't think Dub gave us any pick, did he?
Not yet. We'll get it.
What? So you said, yeah, it's going to be 75. It's going to be a beautiful weekend. And I wish we could go,
And we got Scott Dixon on the pole too. Speaking of a name, Scotty Dixon. I mean, it's going to be a good race. Like I said, it's going to be perfect weather. There's not much better, but it should be interesting. I mean, you got the cream of the crop up there and around the start, right? So you got Dixon on the pole, you got Ed Carpenter up there, you got Tony Kanaan up there, you got Ryan Hunter-Ray up there. Elio Castroneves is up there. I mean, you got some guys that are up there. And a little bit further back, Takamu Sato, who has won a couple times, which I'm just going to tell you right now, that's my pick. I'm going with number 30, Mr. Sato this week. I think he's going to win this for, I think, the 3rd time, if I'm not mistaken. I have to look that up.
So, yeah, man. Are you in a state that you can throw on a bet for me on the Indy?
I would imagine so. I'll have to check and make sure they're running it, but I would. What do you?
I want you to throw a $20 bet on a 60-1 driver, and he's racing in great equipment. He's finished 7th and 4th here, and he's going off at 60-1. So give me $20 on him, Santino Ferrucci.
Santino Marella.
So $20 pays $1,200. So
let's see here. Hold on a second. Let me log into my FanDuel Sportsbook. I'll plug them here. And I think Barstool just opened in Indiana this week. So I may be able to get on that as well if they don't have it. But let's see if they have racing. I still have a bet in here for Vegas to win the Stanley Cup. So that I'm sitting on.
Nice.
Motorsport, IndyCar. All right. Where were you at?
What's Santino Ferrucci going off at?
Plus 5,000.
So how do they mark that?
So 20 will win you $1,000.
20 will win me $1,000?
Yep.
Oh shit. Give me 40 on that. It's worth a shot. I'll Venmo you now.
All right. Works with me. Hold on, I got to get my put some money in this thing. Get some money in, huh? All right, so 40 on Santino Marella.
Santino Marella.
Deposit.
There you
Bang,
go.
bang, bang, bang. Choo choo train. Got the Venmo. I'll change that from 20 to 40. 40 to win $2,000 for Santino Marella. Santino Ferrucci.
That's wild, dude.
All right. I got your bet in and stacked.
Thank you, sir.
So hold on.
So, and this is why I say this. So, Ferrucci is racing for Rahal Letterman Lanigan Racing, which is the team that had last year's winner, Takuma Sato, and then Graham Rahal, who finished third. It's just destined. $2,000 is coming home, baby. Like,
that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about right there. I got my money on. I got money on Sato. If old Cody was in here, he'd have some money in here too.
Yeah. And if Parrott was here, he'd be betting on Danica Patrick.
A couple of names that people will see. Starting actually right next to Santino is Juan Pablo Montoya.
Hey.
And behind him, they have Marco Andretti. And in the last row, I'm pretty sure a former winner, Will Power.
Yeah, man.
In the last row, man. Second to last. So
where's Santino starting?
Santino is starting row 8 in the middle. It's a lot of math for me. So
24th, 20 basically.
Right in there. Let's see. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21.
23rd.
So 23rd. Yeah.
Yep.
23rd.
Hey man, I'll take it. It's just, if we can win this as big, you might be wanting to throw some money on Santino. Oh, you got money on, who'd you got money on?
So I got money on Sato going at plus 2,000.
Whew.
And obviously your poll winner, Scott Dixon, is the favorite going off at plus 330. Also former winner here. But, one also that I might throw in here, Ed Carpenter is plus 2,800. Never has won here. I feel like he's due, man.
He could be.
I'm gonna throw 10 on Ed just for fun. Let's throw 10 on him.
Hey, Brad.
10 to win 280.
Yo.
So I just put down $40. Well, Bear did for me. Thank you, Bear. $40 on the hopeful winner of the Indy 500, going off at, what'd you say, 5,000 to 1, which ends up being basically 500 or no, 50 to 1, right?
Correct. Yeah. So
basically 50 to 1 odds.
Bank $2,000 if he wins.
Yeah, $2,000, man. He's going off at this, but listen to this. So it's Santino Ferrucci. He's destined to win. He's riding for the same team that produced the winner last year in Sato and the third place guy last year in Graham Rahal. It's like destined, Brad.
Oh yeah.
$2,000's coming. If it is, we're pounding shot after shot after shot on July 3rd for episode 300.
So who's Brad Fisher taking in Indy?
Yeah, who you taking at the Indy 500?
Mario Andretti.
What about Marco Andretti?
Or Will Power. Is he still out there? He's still out on the track? He's still behind the wheel?
Will Power is second to last starting.
All right. Well, I'm going with an Andretti.
You want to go with Marco?
I'm gonna go with an Andretti, man. You can't lose with an Andretti.
Yeah,
Marco,
that one can. He's never won.
Marco's also 50 to 1 with Santino. So I'll drop a 5 spot down for you, Cody, on that one.
All right, on the Andretti.
On Andretti. So that's 5 to win.
$250. That's all you got.
250.
All you got to do is send him $5, Brad, and you got the.
Right?
No, that one's on me. That's on me.
Oh, there you go.
That's on me.
I wasted $5 on worse things.
Hey, if Andretti wins and that 250 hits, I will split it right down the middle with you. 125 apiece. We'll make it fair. You will get that cash.
Hell, I just paid my bill for Peacock. So I mean, there's $5 I wasted right there.
Well, shit. I want in on the Marco Andretti. I'll throw you another 5, put 10 on him, and then we'll split.
I just put
166.
5 on the motherfucker.
We'll put another 5 on him.
Let's go with somebody else. Let's get one more out there. Okay, so
All right.
I got Sato, right? I put money on Sato for me. I got 40 on Santino for Gray. I got 5 on Marco for Cody with me in the split. Let's do one more. One more. I'll throw 5 on one more. Where are we going? We'll all split it.
Hold on, let me.
Now I gotta look at it.
I was gonna say, where's the lineup at? Let me see.
And I got money on. I was about to say, remember, I got money on Ed Carpenter too for me as well. So. So you got Dixon at plus 330. You got Colton Herta at 750. Patricio Award at 800. Rossi at 13. Newgarden at 13. Paulo at 16. Kanan at 17. Graham Rahal at 18.
You know, Graham Rahal finished 3rd last year, man. I like Graham Rahal. I think he's a good pick.
You want Rahal? All right. Rahal's starting what? Where's he at? I know he's up there.
So he's what? What's he going off at?
So Rahal's going off at plus 1,800. So 18-1. And he's, let's see, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. So he's starting 18th, middle of the pack. Rahal, we'll drop 10 on Rahal.
Shoot.
Gives us that gets us 180. That's 60 a guy.
So who's who's got the worst odds?
Let's see. Worst odds. You got 3 people at 200-1.
What?
Dalton Kellett, Max Chilton, and Simona de Silvestro, who is dead last. I would not put your money on that.
Nah.
Let's do Rahal. I like Graham Rahal. He's destined to win. It's a $10 bet. We all take home 60 if he wins.
All right.
I'm down with that. I'm placing it right now. Placed. Done. We're done. Boom.
Well, wait a minute.
I already put it in.
Well, I'm going to send you $10 more for us, the podcast, because we got to put 10 on Juan Pablo.
Oh, no.
Man, he's still out here driving?
No.
Fine. How about 10 on J.R. Hildebrand?
I'd rather put
do that.
I'd rather put 10 on this PDC darts match that's on here.
We're going to put 10 on Juan Pablo. We might as well put another 10 on Helio Castroneves.
Helio's got a good shot, though.
I know he was still out here behind the wheel.
Damn, Tony. See, I wouldn't be shocked if Rossi won this. This is going to be wild. It's going to be a fun 500.
It's going to be a good one.
Oh, and you'll see me. I need to go get I got to find out who Ferrucci's sponsors are this week. Santino Ferrucci. Come on, Santino. He's only 22 years old.
Mm-hmm. Time to win it, baby. Time to win it.
Man, $2,000. That would be beautiful. I might even send you more money leading up to the race.
Well, just let me know. I'll just keep throwing it in.
Gotta see. I'm
about to bet on fucking Memphis tonight at plus 10 on the Jazz. Ooh.
They're going off plus 10?
Plus 10. They won game 1.
Oh, did the Jazz get?
Mitchell's back tonight, but
I don't think he's worth 20.
I don't know about that.
No, that's what I'm saying. I don't think he's worth 20 because they lost by 10, didn't they?
I think so.
Fuck. It's fucking almost 10 o'clock here, and we haven't even got past fucking racing. So we're doing great. All right, NBA playoffs. What's going on? Memphis is up 1-0. The Celtics are down 2-0. This sucks.
Yeah, Celtics, the old Celtics are done. So Brooklyn has absolutely just destroyed them the last 2 games. You just stick a fork in them. Knicks looking good here. They just went on a big run. So they're now in the driver's seat to tie this series at 1-1, which is what they need.
They were down by 13 at the half.
Yeah, and now they're up by 10. So good on the Knicks. Philly is up 2-0 on Washington. They destroyed them today. And we have Memphis and Utah tonight. Memphis, like I said, up 1-0, but Donovan Mitchell comes back tonight. So I wouldn't be shocked if Utah wins this game, but plus 10 is that's a big number. It's a big number.
I don't think it's gonna matter.
I don't like that too much. But tomorrow you got Milwaukee, Miami. Milwaukee's up 2-0. LA and Phoenix, Lakers, that is, they're tied at 1-1. Denver and Portland's tied at 1-1. LA and LA Clippers and Dallas Mavericks. The Mavs are up 2-0 going to Dallas. Luka,
hell yeah,
taking over these overrated fucking Clippers. I mean, I didn't see 2-0. I saw 1-1 coming. I think
Brad called that though. Said Kawhi is fucking overrated.
He's
Fantastic.
not overrated. He's just not healthy.
You kept calling him trash.
And the rest of
I never called him trash. Not Kawhi trash.
The rest of the Clippers team is trash.
Maybe Paul George. But,
yeah, I think it was Paul George. You were like, yeah, it was Paul
in the playoffs. Yeah, I said in the playoffs, I don't trust him. Like, now regular season, man, like he cool. It's just something about the playoffs. It just don't click. Like it's just something don't click in the playoffs. Yeah.
Playoffs? Something the Penguins don't know how to win in.
Yeah, Clippers gonna clip, man. That's all it is.
There's a lot going on, man. It's gonna be Trey just got ripped. Oh, and they called a foul. It's too bad.
Now, if anybody is overrated, it's Trae Young.
Oh, you stop that.
He is so overrated.
He's the only reason they won game 1.
He's so overrated. It's the Knicks.
His dirty ass hairline. Oh, look at Fitty. Look at Fitty in the front row. Oh, did you see that? You got there yet? Are you watching?
No, I haven't seen it.
How's that bankrupt motherfucker in the front row? What the fuck is that?
Like I said, it's the Knicks. Like who else?
Oh man, they gave him those tickets.
They
gave him those tickets. Fitty can't afford that.
Fitty got money, don't he?
He's bankrupt, bitch.
Not much.
He does. He knew what he was doing. He bankrupted himself so he didn't have to pay taxes. He's smart.
Yeah, right. He did it like everybody else.
Right. On to hockey. Fucking Penguins suck.
Yay! Pens are done. Blues
done.
Are done.
What hurts is when you lose 2 fucking games in overtime. That kills you.
Yeah, I mean it's been a lot of that in the playoffs. So a lot of overtime games, which has been fantastic. So
they lost 3 in a row. Yeah, that was the Capitals and fucking Bruins first 3 games, overtime, 2 overtime, and then the Bruins just fucking took over, man. After game fucking 1 when the Caps won an OT, Bruins won the next 4. So you're going to see the goddamn number 3 Bruins against the number 4 Islanders to come out of the East.
So Isles beat Pittsburgh. Boston beats Washington. Colorado sweeps the Blues.
Oh yeah, they do.
You got Tampa up 3-2 on Florida, and they are up 2-0 going into the third right now. So Florida needs to get there to survive.
Real quick, I just want you to mention also that Colorado destroyed St. Louis. They won by 3, 3, 4, and 3.
Yeah,
destroyed them.
Yes, they're going to be absolutely an absolute monster to reckon with. St. Louis is not that great, but Colorado.
And they just won a cup a few years ago.
Well, they're not that great this year.
Well, they weren't that great when they won the cup either. They just happened to have
Colorado was the last. They were the worst. I mean, the worst seed in the West. Barely. Oh, yeah. They had 2 extra.
I agree. And Colorado won a President's Cup.
That's what I'm saying though, is that okay, cool. You can win 3 years ago, but that don't mean shit now.
Oh, exactly. That's what I'm saying. It doesn't mean a goddamn thing.
So Vegas up 3-2 on Minnesota. They just went end of the first period, 0-0. They're in Minnesota, so Vegas has a chance to close that series. Toronto is up 3-1 on Montreal. They play tomorrow at home to close it. Carolina up 3-2 on Nashville. They play at Nashville tomorrow to try to close the series. And that will pretty much be your first round. It should be about it. So we'll be getting into the second round here by the time you hear us next week. Should be pretty solid. But again, Tampa is probably going to be moving on. Hopefully Vegas moving on. And then most likely Toronto and Carolina moving on.
Yeah, it should be interesting, man. Playoff hockey is the best, and it's the thing that pisses me off more than anything as a sports fan. I don't. There's two things I get uber angry at. Dallas Cowboys football and Penguins playoff hockey are the two things that piss me off more than anything when I watch sports. And it's, oh God, just irritating. But now, I always pull for Vegas. I like to see Vegas win ever since they've been in the NHL. And Seattle would be fun to pull for them too. I like seeing these fucking new teams win. Colorado, they were my pick along with Cody. We both got them beating the Lightning. So if that,
so far.
yeah, because that's 3-2 right now, the Lightning. So, and what are they? They're playing right now. What's the score of that game now?
2-0 Lightning, end of the second. So they still got another period. So they're probably going to beat them here.
And then they would move on. I would appreciate that. So would Cody, because we're trying to now split a podcast title. Because we both have the Avs over the Lightning in 6 games. So go us. Oh man. All right. So MLB, we really, has anything really changed? I mean, all I was gonna say is, as a Yankees fan, their starters pitched. It was something insane. What was it, like 40 innings of giving up no runs in a row? It was fucking nuts.
I'm not gonna lie, I've not been following enough baseball to know that.
Yeah. Oh, dude, it was insane. I remember looking. I'm talking to my dad. I'm like, are they still not giving up a run as starting pitchers? He's like, nope. And then they finally did. It was after like 38 or 40 innings, something insane. But this is how bad things are for them, though. They've given up 171 runs, which is great, and tied for the best in baseball. Well, in the AL, I should say. But they've only scored 191, which is like 12th or 13th in the AL.
Yep. Got a whole bunch of home run hitters and not a bunch of hitters. Besides DJ LeMahieu, who just went out on the 10-day IL. So now you got to rely on shitty Gary Sanchez.
I hate Sanchez. He sucks.
You got to rely on Aaron Judge, who's streaky at best, but still about a 220 batter.
Well, it's home run or fucking strikeout for him.
And Stanton was hot early in the year, but not so much now. So yeah,
Gleyber's their best. Besides DJ hitting, Gleyber's their best thing.
Yeah. So there's still a lot to do. I mean, they're only one behind Tampa, who just won like fucking 11 in a row before they lost to Kansas City yesterday. So, and
the other one that hits well with them is Urshela. Urshela hits pretty well, but everybody else is fucking, those 5 guys are like 275 and above. And LeMahieu's actually only at 260 right now. He's not hitting really well. And Judge's batting average is 308. It's the best on the team. And 308. And then Gio's 276, Gleyber's 274, and then DJ's down to 260. After that, everybody's like 200. It's bad. It is not good at all.
That's how it is around the MLB, though.
I agree.
This is the pitcher's year. That's what they want. That's why we've had fucking 6 no hitters.
Yeah, something insane.
Yeah. So you got Tampa leading in the East by a half game over Boston, 1 game over the Yankees, 4.5 over Toronto. Baltimore, who had a decent start to the year, is where we thought they would be. So, I mean, the AL East is going to be tough, man, because Toronto, you got Vlad. And, Toronto is like MLB 1990s kids. You got Vlad Guerrero Jr., you got Bo Bichette. It's like you got Craig Biggio Jr. It's like, what the fuck is going on?
Am I watching the AL East now?
Am I watching fucking baseball from the mid 90s or what's going on here? I mean, you got 3 kids of 2 Hall of Famers. Did Dante Bichette go to the Hall of Fame or no?
I don't
Think
think
so, did
he's
he?
in. I don't think so.
Craig Biggio did not yet. He may, and then Vladdy Daddy. I think he still has a couple
God.
years till he gets in, right?
The
Or he
Red,
should.
I'm
Yeah.
looking at the Reds, man. They just need some goddamn pitching. They got the two best hitters in all of baseball
Well,
in
yeah,
terms
and
of
they
batting
got
average.
because they're paying Castellanos a boatload of money, but they can't pay anybody else to pitch fucking balls. So just how that is. But in the Central, AL Central, you got the White Sox leading with a nice plus 69 run differential. The Indians a game and a half back. The Royals 4 back. Detroit at least has 19 wins, so not that bad. The Athletics are leading in the West, up by a game and a half on Houston, 5.5 on Seattle, 6 on LA, 7 on the Rangers. In the National League, you have the Mets leading in the East by 1 over the Braves, 1.5 over the Phillies, 2 over the Marlins, and 3 over the Nationals. Tight division race there. The Central, the Cards are leading 1 game over the Cubs, 2.5 over the Brewers, 4.5 over the Reds, 8 over the Pirates. Just like Baltimore, a whole bunch of trash. And then you have the Padres leading by half game over the Dodgers, 1.5 over the Giants, 12 over the Rockies, 13 over the Diamondbacks. Yikes. Both the Rockies and Diamondbacks are absolute trash this year.
Oh, man. All right. So over to the NFL, just real quick, a couple things. I know we got Jalen switching over to the old Tony Romo number 9.
I don't know why he wastes all that money to that dumb
I
shit.
know he had to fucking buy out. I saw all the stock they had. It's going to cost him 6 figures to switch to the 9 for what?
Fucking stupid. I mean, it was his number in college. I get it, but it's so fucking dumb. Why
Yeah, I mean-
waste all that money? Because, I mean, you're about to get traded anyways.
Yeah, I was about to say you're about to be gone.
But it is what it is, man. That's just, I don't get why they're doing that shit.
I don't either. And then besides that, I saw a funny stat. Of course I laugh at it because it's true and it's funny. I got to get back over to it. Food Network is paying Guy Fieri $80 million over 3 years, $26.6 million a year. He would be the 15th highest paid player in the NFL. He'd make more than Tom Brady, Khalil Mack, Aaron Donald, Julio Jones, Beckham, Ramsey, Cooper. Speaking of Julio, what do you think he knew that he was live when Shannon called him?
100%.
Oh, he knew.
100%.
Yeah.
He knew what he
can't
was
tell
doing.
me you knew. Yeah.
He
I
knew what
think
he
so,
was
too.
doing, and he fucked Atlanta all at the same time because now Atlanta ain't getting a fucking first-round pick for him.
Yeah.
But were they really gonna get one anyway? Though I mean, he ain't.
He's 32.
Julio
I think-
Jones. I was
I think they
saying he's
could've.
not a spring chicken. Like,
He ain't, but
depending
I
on-
think they could have. It don't matter.
depending on where
Come-
he goes.
Come June 1st, he gonna be gone.
Oh, yeah,
and they're
he's gonna be
talking-
gone.
Well, I mean, he gonna get traded.
That's a big price tag though for a 32-year-old wide receiver.
No, New England already
Yeah, you
said they
said
want.
what,
New England already
20-some
said they want a
million?
piece. San Francisco already said they want a piece. He's gone, no doubt. If you,
And those are like the only two that could probably afford him though.
Yeah.
2 teams.
well, I mean, the Jets could afford him, but they're not going to go.
Yeah,
get him.
but
Carolina
I
could
was
afford
saying-
him, but they're not going to go fucking get him. I mean, the
Right.
Jags probably could afford him, but they're not going to go grab him, which they should. But why would you?
Right. No, I'm just saying, like teams smart enough to go get them that could afford them. Those are the only two.
I mean, that's the only reason why they talk about them is because they're the only 2 teams that that are in quote unquote winning contention, and that's where he said he wanted to go. I want to go to a win,
Right.
but then said he didn't want to go to Dallas, which is great because he knew he wouldn't get the ball over 3 receivers there that are better than him.
So
So,
he just knew he wanted to go win. He
oh,
said a winner.
so he's going to go to New England or?
I mean, he said a winner.
Well, why would he go to New England? They ain't going to win. Not with fucking Scam Newton playing quarterback.
I mean, it's better than
Dak-
going to Dallas.
Dak Prescott, 18 times better than Cam Newton will ever be. So that don't make sense, but all right.
And how deep in the postseason has Dak Prescott got?
Further than Cam Newton with New England.
So okay, so you go to the Super Bowl with Dak.
Cam went to the
Still
Super
waiting on
Bowl.
that to happen.
Cam went to the Super Bowl in New England. Did I miss that
He's
somewhere?
been there 1 season. He's been there 1 season.
What did I
Dak's been there
say?
how long?
What did I say? I said further than Cam Newton with New England.
I take my chances in New England and Dallas. Dallas is the Cowboys are the LA Clippers of the NFL.
We can put money on the better record, New England or Dallas this year if you want. I'm totally cool with it.
We can put money on if Cam Newton's starting at the end of the year.
He'll be starting.
At the end of the year?
Mac Jones
Yeah,
gonna
he'll
take
be
it.
starting.
Mac Jones gonna take his job week 2 after Cam goes fucking 12 for 38 with 68 yards and 42 rushing yards.
Cam will be starting. Cam will be starting. Can we stop it with the Alabama quarterbacks too? Like Alabama quarterbacks are like Ohio State quarterbacks, and they get to the NFL. Like, can we stop it with the Alabama quarterbacks, please?
But Joe Namath won a Super Bowl 3.
All right. So, real quick, Barrow liked this one. On this day, 2001, May 27th, 2001. So 20 years ago, Tom Watson, who we mentioned earlier, wins the first of his 6 Champions Tour major titles. Can you explain, Bear, what exactly is the Champions Tour? How do they get on that?
You have to be 50 plus. So Cody's got 3 years and he's in.
Own it.
But is there other parameters on how you get on that tour besides being over 50?
Nope, just got to be over 50.
I'm on it.
And you got to make cut. So you could be anybody.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, you just got to be an old man. You got to be 50.
Do they play from different tees?
The old man tees.
Damn.
Probably the whites or the dark grays, whatever tees the old people play from.
So basically, Phil can play in this tour.
He already has.
I was about to say he has, hasn't he?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
and they actually got a major this week, but Phil's playing Colonial instead.
so 6 years ago, this is fun. Since we're talking about Tom Watson, so he won 8 majors. He did not get that Grand Slam though. The best he ever finished at the PGA, I believe, was 2nd. Yep. Won the Masters twice, 77, 81, US Open in 82, but the Open Championship,
he's won 4 times.
5.
5? Yeah.
And that's the one that we talked about. What was that, in 2009? When he was just, I mean, people were pulling for him.
He was in the final round. He was in the final group, excuse me.
Well, he went to didn't it go to a playoff?
I think so.
No. So he kept the outright by 1 shot. Also became the oldest player to lead a major going into the last round.
Yeah, what was he, 59?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, old Tommy Watson. Spike Lee doing? Sit down, Spike Lee. Speaking
I'm
of
sure
old
they'll
people.
probably drop confetti for this win too.
Speaking of old people.
Yeah.
He needed a par on the 72nd hole to capture his 6th career Open Championship, but his second shot on the 72nd hole went over the green. Then from several yards behind the 18th green, Watson first putted up the slope past the hole, then missed a second 8-foot putt by about 6 inches to the right of the cup. His bogey led to a 4-hole aggregate playoff, so I was right, with Sink, running through 5th, 6th, 17th, and 18th holes. With several errant shots not typical of the previous 72 holes, he lost the playoff by 6 strokes. I remember that. That was that sucked. In 2015, though, he became the oldest person to shoot under at the Masters. Huh.
Yeah, you got to think.
Then
Tom
he
Watson,
he was 65 in 2015.
Yeah. If he would have won that tournament in 2009, when he was 59, that record would never have been broke.
No, that was one of my favorite things that I'll never forget watching. You know, like the 2019 Masters we talked about. What was that? The Tour Championship when Tiger, what was that, 18? in 2018 when he won the Tour Championship?
Yes.
That was wild. Never seen anything like it.
Yeah, I mean, that was, like you said, that was amazing. But Tom Watson would have had one of those records that, again, you would never have seen broken in history. It just wouldn't have happened. Nobody over, like I said, Phil. I mean, Phil. This record for Phil may never be broken.
Fuck.
But
right, you're right. And here's a wild stat about Tom too. Only golfer to score a round of 67 or less in all 4 majors at least once in 4 different decades. So he shot a fucking 67 in each of those events in 4 different fucking decades. That is wild. Holy shit.
mm-hmm.
In 2018, he won the Masters Tournament Par 3 contest at age 68, oldest to win the event. July of 2019, played his final competitive event on British soil when he played in the Senior British Open. Final time.
Mm-hmm.
He was distraught at coming so close to becoming the oldest major winner at 59 that it tore his guts out. Oh, I can imagine, dude.
Yeah.
Said of his approach on the 72nd green, when he needed a par to win the Open, he was going right at what we talked about earlier. Went right at the flag. But with the uncertainty of links golf, maybe a gust of wind took it a bit further than it was supposed to. Felt extreme disappointment that night, but the one good thing that came out of that was the response of people around the world. Absolutely. I'll never forget that. That shit was wild.
Oh, yeah, man. I mean, it's one of those things people aren't going to forget. Tom Watson, absolutely solid, dude. And he's a great guy, too. Nothing, can't take away anything from it. He put it up, and you're going to see that. I mean, you're going to see that in the next 10 years. You're going to see Phil Mickelson do that. He's not going to win, but there'll be a time or two where he's going to be there and he'll be in contention at 55, 58. He'll be there. Tiger probably will be there. Why are 50 Cent and Sting next to each other? I don't know. Again, something I never thought I'd see. And I'm not talking about Sting. I'm talking about the singer from the Police.
The Police singer, yeah.
Most of the people listening to this probably don't know who the fuck that is.
Hanging with 50.
So,
because 50 needs money, and Sting probably got about 100 milli sitting there.
So dude, just a bunch of wild stats. PGA Player of the Year 6 times. Trails only Tiger Woods, who's been that Player of the Year 11 times. Won the Vardon Trophy for lowest scoring average 3 straight years, 77, 78, 79. Played on 4 Ryder Cups. He World Golf Hall of Fame, of course, 1988. He resigned from the Kansas City Country Club in 91 to protest to his exclusion of people of Jewish ethnicity. He rejoined after the club's acceptance of Jewish and minority members. Good for him.
Like I said, he's got morals.
Yep. Was the 10th greatest golfer of all time in 2000 Golf Digest magazine. After Sam Snead, only the 2nd professional golfer emeritus at the Greenbrier Resort, West Virginia. Oldest player to hold a lead after 54 holes at a major, of course, 59. Oldest player to lead after any completed round at a major, again, 59. Oldest player to shoot under par at the Masters in 2015. It was 64 or 65, fucking on Medicare, shooting under. But tell me, so when he's playing in that tournament, he has to play from where everybody is, right? Same fucking tees, right? Damn, that is wild.
You don't get the. It's not like you're going out and playing with some old guys or your old man or your uncle or some shit. It's nope. You're playing from the blues with me, boys. That's how that works. You don't get to play from the whites or the dark grays or the yellows or whatever the fuck the senior tees are at your home course. You play with the big boys in the back. And he was coming out. He did what my great uncle, who I got to play with a couple times, did. The dude was 82, and he'd go out and he'd hit the ball 175 yards, right? Down the middle.
Probably right down the middle of the fairway. Every single time.
Yep. And he'd go up and then he'd hit a 5-wood. No,
Right down the middle.
Down the middle to the green. And you know what he could do? He could play around the greens. He just had that. That's just how it is. And he could still go out there and score 85, 86 and still play at the tees that I'm playing at. I mean, that's just how you got to play when you get to that age. If you can putt, no one gives a shit. That's why they say drive for show, putt for dough. You have all those Bryson drives. Well, why the fuck's Bryson hitting the ball 400 yards, but the motherfucker only has one major? Why does Tom Watson have 9 majors? Tom Watson was never a long hitter. He was an amazing iron player with a great short game and could putt. And that's why he'll have more majors than Bryson will ever have.
Man. That's just crazy. The guy's no joke. I give him that. And poor Jeremy's probably been waiting for us forever.
That's right. I forgot we got trivia, don't we?
Yep. He is ready for us. So you got those updated standings?
Yeah, so updated standings as of last week. Gray with 133, Cody Bryant with 92, myself at 118, Parrott at 61, Peapod with 8, and Wes Anderson with 2. Excuse me.
Just letting him know, me, Bear, and Cody. Had some technical issues. Me, and then Cody Bryant, he was gone. And he said Parent would have had a chance tonight. Nah, he wouldn't have.
Yeah, probably not.
Eugenio Suarez is hitting around 150 right now for the batters who qualify for a batting title. 3.1 plate appearances per scheduled game. What is the lowest batting average in history for a season?
Suarez is hitting at 150.
And so you gotta to qualify. Okay. All right. In the chat.
I'm ready when you guys are.
I'm ready when you are.
All right.
3, 2, 1, and go.
Nice. Got them nice and spread out.
That's how they like it.
Gray with .069, hashtag nice. Me with .123, and Brad Fisher / Cody Bryant /
Ooh.
That's what I'm talking about. 201. 168 by Crush Davis.
So that would be 33. So that goes to the winner, Cody. Overbid by 33, but that's okay.
And it would have been me if Adam Dunn had 6 more fucking at-bats. Thanks, Adam Dunn, you piece of shit.
Jesus.
Well, he's a piece of shit.
He don't raise his kids right. His son didn't know who Bo Jackson was. You guys remember that? I don't know if you remember that video.
I don't remember that.
Bo Jackson went to he was at like White Sox spring training one year, and he was talking to Adam Dunn's son, and the little boy had no clue who Bo Jackson was. And he was like, Bo Jackson was like telling him everything. Like, he's like, yeah, I mean, you ever heard of like I played football, played pro football and pro baseball. It's like I got a video of me climbing the wall. Like I walked the wall. And the little boy's like, no, I don't know. I don't know who you are. Like, Jesus. Gotta raise the kids better than that.
Yep. And we got to wrap this shit up because we got to get to wrestling because we got so much to cover. We can't watch Dynamite tonight because it's on Friday. So 2 days.
Praise the Lord.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. So thanks to Wes Anderson for Moments in Time. Thanks to All Work Clothing, Crandall Squatty Landscaping, Sparty Steve, Connell Barrett, DatingTransformation.com. As always, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night.
Oh, man. The fucking Knicks made it 1-1. It's going to hurt more when they lose in 7.
The Knicks gonna mess around and win that series, and we ain't gonna never hear the end of this nonsense.